You know, I really miss camping.
Yeah.
Remember we used to sleep under the stars?
Yeah, and go on hikes.
And Ford rivers?
We used to do that stuff all the time.
Yeah, it was a good year. Hey, mamas.
Family edition
Today we're going to see if the 2023 Ford Expedition Timberline
is the right off-road capable full-size SUV for your family.
Let's get to that exterior.
Wait. Why are you wearing ears?
I'm a wolf. Ow!
But why are you a wolf?
Well, you might see a wolf if you drive the Timberline
In suburbia?
trim to the mountains.
Oh, right, okay.
I like costumes. It's almost Halloween. Come on. On the Timberline trim, you have blacked out badging, a unique grille, you have your reflector LED headlights, daytime running lights, LED fog lights. You have these orange accents and orange tow hooks to let everybody know that you have the Timberline trim, plus these little montañas, super cute. This, not so cute. Big plastic piece, I wish it was metal. You do have 3 skid plates. Around the side, you have beefy 33-inch all-terrain tires on 18-inch gloss black wheels. Your off-road suspension gives you 10.6 inches of ground clearance. You have integrated running boards. And I'm wild about the screen because we're in the wild.
I'm scared.
Go, you're up. Take the ears. Hey!
What?
Take
I
the
have
ears.
to wear these?
Yes, get in the spirit.
Oh, gosh. All right, at the side, we've got a Timberline badge with orange accents, roof rails up top, around the rear end, incandescent taillights. Why are they not LEDs? Come on, Ford. Orange accenting around Expedition. I do like that you can pop just the back glass for easy access. And down low, we've got this piece that pops off and reveals a hitch for you to hook up to 9,200 pounds of towing. And then there are 2 exhaust ports back here. They're tucked up underneath the bumper for a better departure angle. What? What? Oh, because I'm just wearing the ears. You didn't mention that the ground clearance is best in class. You
I
just
know,
said
I
it's
was
10.6.
going to. I told you that
I
fact.
believe you were going to, yeah. The ears are back with their rightful owner.
To summarize the styling, the Ford Expedition is not my favorite looking full-size SUV, but I do really like the Timberline trim.
Yeah, I think we prefer the look of the Chevy Tahoe Z71 or GMC Yukon AT4 more. What do you guys think? What's the best looking of these off-road oriented full-size SUVs?
Inside you get a heated leather steering wheel, and this one has a $9,000 equipment package, which gives you a digital display, a 15.5-inch screen. It's all touch except for this knob, which controls volume and other things, and you have your climate controls here, which stay there, and so they're easy to access. You also have a sketch pad, so you should really subscribe. Hi, dear. Cheapity peep. I don't know, my Mexican family would say that.
Cheapity peepity?
Yeah. Cheapity peepity.
What does that mean?
Know. Don't be a cheapity peepity.
Oh,
that's what they would say.
because it's cheap material?
It's cheap.
Oh, gosh, all right.
We would say that to each other if they're like, no, you can only get 1 taco. You say, don't be a cheapity peepity.
Okay.
Wireless charging pad, 2 USBs, cup holders, obviously, more of that stuff.
What do you think about the drive mode selector being a dial?
I don't mind it.
You don't?
I like it.
All right.
Do you like it?
Nah, it's okay. It saves space, I guess. It's
Yeah.
just not as intuitive to me as just going like chunk
It's good.
inside.
Giant console. Whoa. Cavernous. All right?
Just swallow your whole arm.
It's gone. It's gone. You have more storage on the side.
Yep.
More in here. I like that.
That one's fun.
What are you going to put in there? These leather trimmed seats are really comfortable. Heated.
Ventilated. 10-way power adjusting.
And this giant panoramic sunroof is also part of the equipment package.
And the Bang & Olufsen 12-speaker sound system.
Since you're by the door panel,
Yes.
why don't you talk about the storage?
Oh, yes. Okay, so there's a good amount of it in here. What would Joe say about this area?
Joe Rady?
Joe Rady.
He would tell him about how many Costco hot dogs can fit in there.
How many do you think, Christina, could
I'm
we
going
fit?
to go with 6.
I say 8.
What I do love about the Expedition is the car seat setup options. You have 5 lower latch anchors. So you have 3 sets across the middle, 2 in the outboard seats in the back, and 6 top tethers. You got the partner test with that car seat in.
We're good. We got plenty of leg room, headroom solid.
How tall
back
are
angle,
you?
I'm 6 feet tall. The back angle is just right for me. So thumbs up. Last time people wanted to know what the space was like for the driver. You're 5'9"?
5'9".
5'9". Lots of room behind you. And you're comfy?
Yep. It's excelente. Whoa, if you're tall, you're gonna wanna go with the Expedition. You've got plenty of leg room and headroom. You can slide, you can recline. You have a cup holder on the side for each person and cup holders in the middle. Then you have your AC and a DC down there, third zone of climate control, and 2 USBs. Another nice touch is that you can independently move this middle seat.
With a little bit of arm strength.
A little bit. Slide it, recline it, and fold it if you don't need it.
Nice. I also like that the map pockets are in the same leather as the seats, so they're not like the netted map pockets, which easily wear out.
We actually have 2 more nice touches. You were going to talk about the floor mats.
That's right. They're all weather. All of it. All the weather.
So,
hail,
yeah.
snow, rain.
What the hail?
What the hail? Got a lot of leaves. They end up on the floor.
Is
It's
that
easier
weather?
to clean.
Are the leaves weather?
It's windy. Wind is weather, and then you could just wipe them off easily because the all-weather floor mats.
Another nice touch is that you can leave your car seat base in and use this car seat tilt and slide to get into the back. Check your installation after.
Just do it.
And without it in, you have an even wider space to get in. Even with the car seat in, I have plenty of room back here. I get a cup holder, a USB on either side, and power reclining seats.
And air vents up top.
And air vents.
Can't forget those.
Yeah, good for kids.
Because you know what? Wind is weather. And wind on your face is convenient. All right, tagging in. Give me those ears. Who needs some cargo space? Expedition's got it. 20 cubic feet behind the third row. And then you do this little guy. And that little guy. And then when those are down, you've got 64 cubic feet of space. But if you need more room, fret not. Because you can also do this.
Whoa.
And this. And that.
Oh.
For 105 cubic feet of space. It's not class leading, but it's up there.
What about the Expedition Max?
It has more room, maximum room. You can also power raise the third row, but you got to do the second row manually.
It's time for the double stroller test. It fits. I really like how spacious it is. A spaceship.
I like that it's a
It's a
spaceship.
spaceship.
Okay, so what are our final thoughts on the interior of this Expedition Timberline?
Well, I really like the spaciousness. I like the usability, and the car seat setup is a win for me because a lot of
Yes.
competitors don't even have latch anchors in the third row, and this one has 2 sets.
It
in
has
the
a
third
lot of
row.
options for that, yeah. I do think that the front seat area, the tech is solid, and the second row should have entertainment, rear seat entertainment,
Yeah.
also for $83,000. Let's go drive it.
Let's do it.
Do you need a break from modern living? I do. Do you long to shed your weary load? Just grab a friend and hold them tight out here on the open road.
Almost got the whole song. What movie is that song from? Let us know in the comments. And then also, here's a question. What's worse, a backseat driver or a backseat singer? And I guess it would really depend on how good your backseat singer is.
I know I'm not good. Very aware.
I didn't say that. Kind of.
We already know that.
All right, let's talk about the driving experience in this Expedition Timberline. I'll start with the engine.
Well, I am in the back.
Yes, Christina's not up front because infants be infants, need bottles, and toddlers need mamas. The engine, it's a 3.5 liter twin turbo V6. It's shared with the F-150 Raptor, and it only makes 10 fewer horsepower in the Timberline trim. So 440 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque. That's a lot. And it's like 60 more horsepower than the entry-level Expedition. It's a lot of grunts.
Let's go.
Let's move it over.
Show 'em.
This inverted drive mode dial I still can't get used to. Hang on, one more. There we go. We're into sport now.
Let's do it.
4-wheel drive. Woohoo! Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of power.
I like it.
What I don't like is that as I'm accelerating, if I need to turn, there's a ton of play to the steering. So you lack
very
the
vague.
confidence as you're turning the vehicle. You're like, am I turning? Okay, yeah, I really am turning. But it is slightly redeemed by an excellent turning radius for a full-size SUV. This thing really maneuvers very well. Super well. We are not going to be taking the Expedition Timberline off-road, but if you did, you'd be thankful for things like a locking rear differential. Just hit a button, lock up that rear diff, and then you're not going to waste power to a tire that doesn't have traction. Obviously, the off-road suspension we mentioned, the Goodyear Wrangler all-terrain tires, and then this one-pedal off-roading situation they got where if you got that activated, when you're on a steep descent, the moment you take your foot off the throttle, it starts applying the brake. So you're going to make your way down with stability and confidence. Now, apart from the sport drive mode that I already mentioned, you have 3 other on-road modes and 3 other off-road modes. On-road, you've got normal, you've got eco, and you have a slippery conditions mode. And then off-road, you've got mud and ruts, a sand one, and then a crawling mode. And accessing those, the off-road modes, will also bring you into the 4-wheel drive mode. So right now we're in 2-wheel drive high. You can go into 4-wheel drive high, or if you're in low-speed crawling situations and you need a low-range set of gears, more throttle control, then you can go into 4-wheel drive low. What about the on-road driving experience? What about the ride quality, Christina? What do you think?
Well, even in the second row, I like that it's not too bumpy at all. It's very smooth, and that's due to the fully independent suspension system.
Nice.
Whereas the competitors that are more off-road focused tend to have solid rear axles, making this a more comfortable ride.
Right, solid rear axle, great for off-roading for articulation of the wheels, but on-road it's just a busier ride. This one, the fully independent suspension, it's still a body-on-frame SUV, so it still has this like durability for off-roading, but it's just more compliant, and it's really very nice.
It's also very quiet.
It is
I'm
quiet in here.
surprised by how quiet it is,
Yeah,
actually.
this thing is like so not aerodynamic, but yet it's really...
Unless your child is screaming, like ours was.
Yeah, then it's insulated with the screaming. The braking, there's confidence in how the brakes perform, but the feel of the pedal is very squishy.
Yeah.
And the nose does want to dive down a lot. The 10-speed I said is pretty smooth. It's great for around town, and that with the smaller displacement engine has decent fuel economy. It's 15 mpg in the city, it's 19 on the highway. 17 combined, yeah, that's right.
Safety. You have, as standard, automatic emergency braking, rear cross traffic alert, and blind spot monitoring.
Yes.
This one has steering assistance and adaptive cruise control, which are very good in this vehicle.
They do work very well.
Yeah.
And I mean, just to add to that, the visibility that you have with the naked eye is good. It's not amazing. There are some blind spots at the C and D pillars, so I'm thankful that blind spot monitoring is standard, but for how large this SUV is and rollover protection, having thicker pillars, it's really not bad.
Plus you have a great surround view camera and all
Surround
that.
view
So
is-
you have a lot of different angles to make
That's
sure
true.
you're in the clear.
Timberline. Timberland.
You can't get over that.
Expedition Timberland.
Let's talk about the competition and the pricing. So the Expedition Timberline is going to cost you about $74,000. If you add on the equipment package, you're looking at $84,000.
Just a little under,
just
like
a little under.
83,800.
Yes.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot. But let's talk about the competition.
I already lost this one.
So the Jeep Wagoneer Series 2 trim is going to cost $67,000. It is the quickest to 60. It makes 420 horsepower. It ties this for fuel economy, and it can tow the most.
10,000 pounds, right?
10,000.
It's a lot. It's also got a lot of cargo space, but not as much as the Chevy Tahoe Z71, which starts at $66,000. You can get it with a 355 horsepower V8 or a 420 horsepower V8. If you go with the 355 horse, you'll get to 60 in like 7.5 seconds. If you go with the 420 horsepower version, it's 0 to 60 in 6.1 seconds. And the towing capacity of that is 8,400 pounds, I think. And the fuel economy is either 16 mpg or 18 mpg combined. And then the last one we're going to mention here is the Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro. It's the most expensive that we're talking about, $79,000 to start. It makes 437 horsepower, so just down 3 to this. It gets to 60 in 5.7 seconds. The fuel economy is great. It's the best in the segment at 20 combined, and the towing capacity is down just 180 pounds to this at just over 9,000 pounds. And the cargo space is the worst in the segment. So that means the Expedition Timberline is the second most expensive. It makes the most power. It has the second best towing capacity. The fuel economy isn't the best, but it's still not bad. And on-road, I think just I don't know, more subjectively, it rides the nicest. It's the most easy to live with day in and day out. Even though the steering is very vague, that turning radius and just the ride compliance are really solid notches for this SUV. You agree?
Absolutely.
All right, so what is our wrap up on the Edition Timberline?
Justin Timberlake. What is the Expedition dishing out?
It's better. I mean, it's decent looking. The interior has enough features. It's spacious, it's versatile.
And the car seat setup is a win for me.
Yeah. I think if you're really excited about the Expedition, maybe just try to get a great deal on one at the dealership level or wait for the refresh that's coming in a year.
Yeah.
See you next time. See you next
Wow, you were extra today.
I had to
Oh
be.
my God.
I needed to one-up you.